I am phasing out consultations. I just see big things for it. I plan on leaving New York and like moving back to North Carolina because of, I mean, everything going on. I am actually starting a Patreon account. What's up everyone? It's Natalie here. I haven't filmed in this room in so long, just like a sit down video, so this is feeling really good for me right now. I am just gonna come on here and film a really casual chit chat life update. Really want to fill you guys in on everything because I know I've been vlogging, but I've kind of been like on and off of vlogging, not as consistently as I normally do because again, I don't want to really be repetitive, and I feel like a lot of my vlogs are pretty repetitive. I'm kind of doing the same thing every single day, as are like all of you guys watching are probably doing the same thing every single day because of Corona. I've just been kind of trying to be a little more creative in my videos, and it's been kind of hard for me. So if you guys have any suggestions, definitely let me know. I really wanted to talk to you guys. I haven't sat down and actually filmed like a sit down life update video in quite a while, so I thought that this was good to kind of fill you guys in. So the first thing I kind of want to talk about is just how I've been doing. I feel like that's kind of something that a lot of people aren't talking about as much during quarantine. We're kind of all putting up this like productivity, go, like let's do this mentality in quarantine, myself included. I mean, I am using this time to like be productive and to work really hard and whatever. Also, I feel like quarantine has just given a lot more people time to like reflect on their own lives, or people are just a lot more negative on the internet, and I think we're spending a lot of time on the internet, so we're taking in a lot of content, and I feel like we're feeling a little more emotional because we're a lot more isolated, and kind of everything has kind of gone out the window. Like 2020, goodbye. If you had any plans for 2020, see ya. We don't know when we will be able to continue making plans, so it's kind of hard to plan for our future. And if you are someone like me who is very future driven, where I'm always thinking of what's ahead, it can be definitely a little bit difficult. But anyways, I am doing okay. Overall, I feel like I am good. I'm happy. I'm fine. Honestly, it's just really difficult for me because again, like my boyfriend and I are long distance. Like I haven't seen him in so long. Yeah, we rely on FaceTime and stuff, and that's nice, but like it's hard. Anyone else in long distance relationships, comment down below because I don't know when we'll see each other next. Right now he is quarantined in Florida, so he's there, which is super nice, and I'm like, I want to go, or I want him to come here. So he's actually from the area around here, so like maybe when he goes home he'll be able to quarantine with me here after he's been quarantined already. But I don't know, that's kind of like an unknown situation too, so that's been definitely really difficult. Also, just going such a long period of time without seeing your boyfriend is definitely hard, even though we are long distance. Overall, I have been really good, but it definitely has been kind of hard. It goes in waves. Like sometimes I'm like on top of the world, and then other times I'm like, I hate everything I'm doing, I'm so lonely. And then other times I'm like, no, I'm gonna be productive, I'm gonna do this, let's go. I feel like that's kind of normal. Let me know what you guys think. If any of you guys are in long distance relationships, how you guys have been feeling. Genuinely want to know. Please comment down below how you guys have been, and there is no wrong answer. If you guys have been so happy, amazing, I'm so happy for you. If you guys have been really sad because yeah, you have a job but you aren't socializing as much, don't feel like you can't feel bad or you can't feel sad because your situation isn't as bad as someone who maybe lost their job and doesn't have an income. Like, I think all of our emotions are valid, and that's okay. And I do feel like sometimes when I'm complaining here on YouTube, I'm like, oh my god, but I have it so good, like why am I complaining? But I just think it's important to know that whatever you're feeling right now is okay, and this is a weird time, and even though someone else has it worse than you, because someone has it worse than everyone, then that's fine. Like, you can still feel sad and be a little like upset about your situation, and I think that's okay. So I kind of just wanted to put that out there. I genuinely want to know how you guys are doing, so be sure to comment down below. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is Barbu Agency. A lot of you guys are amazing, have already like followed the Instagram account, been like telling me how it's so cool that I started it, and I want to say this isn't a new business. I've pretty much had Barbu Agency. I just never technically called it Barbu Agency because it wasn't in the agency stage yet, but I always knew that was what I was going to call it, and that is always what I was going to be like shifting my business towards. So it's not a new business, it's just kind of an extension. So my consultations, which you guys know I do, are kind of underneath the umbrella of Barbu Agency. My agency is nothing that new, but I am like expanding it, so that's what's new about it. So basically what it is I'm gonna be doing PR and marketing consulting for brands and businesses. What my goal is to be an agency that connects brands brands to influencers, kind of that middleman. I'm not starting anything new. This has been there before. Plenty of agencies like that. I think I do have an advantage being on the influencer side. I feel like I have learned so much, and I really know how to connect to an audience. So I really want to start running brands influencer marketing campaigns. But aside from that, if they don't want me to run their campaigns, I would love to be consulting them and helping them with marketing strategies on how to best reach their desired audience, because I do think that's something that a lot of brands are kind of lacking and have questions about, and I feel like I have really educated myself on that topic, and I've worked with a lot of people talking about personal branding and just connecting with an audience in general and helping individuals connect with an audience, and I want to take it now to a brand level standpoint. So that's kind of what I'm doing, and just like helping with PR too. So I'm working with a lot of small businesses also on PR, especially for like the founders and the CEOs of those companies. So I really want to start pitching the CEOs and the founders and pitching them to podcasts and publications and trying to do PR for them to get their name out there, because then if their name is out there, their brand's name is out there, and kind of linking them together. So this is the founder of blank, hear her story, pitching her to a bunch of things, so the founder as well as the company is really recognized in media. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. I do have an intern who has literally been the biggest lifesaver, like best decision of my life hiring her. If you are watching this and you are a brand or someone that wants PR or have like a company that needs PR, marketing strategy, help with influencer marketing, definitely hit me up. I have my website down below. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing with that, and I really want to differentiate my agency from other agencies by making it more personal. That's always my goal. As much as I would love to work with large companies with Barbu Agency, my main focus is actually small businesses because I do think that they need the most help right now, and also I'm just really passionate about creating personal relationships with brands. So I feel like it is a little bit more difficult with a large company to create a personal relationship. I'm not to say I'm not going to work with large companies in the future, but as of now, I really want to develop personal relationships between the brands and the influencers that we work with, and creating kind of like a very family style, like very close-knit agency feeling to it, even though we're doing big things. So that's kind of like the number one thing I want to take out of it, is that it's kind of the number one mission for me, is to make sure that it's always personal. No matter who my client is, I actually believe in the client. So it's not like, oh, I don't, like, I'm gonna take on everyone just because I need money, because I don't want that. I want it to be very particular with who I work with, and making sure that I agree with the cause, or I agree with the mission of the brand, or just I agree with the brand. I really believe in them, and I believe that they can grow. So that's kind of the goal of Barbu Agency, and I'm really excited about it. I also have an Instagram for Barbu Agency if you guys want to check it out. I'm posting a bunch of tips on there, so tips for influencer marketing, for starting a YouTube channel, starting your personal brand. Kind of also felt like a lot of agencies today are lacking that. Like, I was looking at a lot of agencies that I have worked with personally, and I'm kind of seeing like what sets them apart, and like I don't know what sets them apart. Like, to me, they're all kind of the same, and that's no shade to them because they work and they have huge names under their belt, so like they are so successful. Like, I really want to set myself apart and not necessarily be lumped into a group with them, and that's why, again, with like the personal relationships, I want to create that Instagram account where I am actually helping individuals out. That's kind of the goal with the Instagram, setting myself apart. It's what Barbu Agency is. If you guys have questions, I'd love to answer them, so you guys can comment them down below. But yeah, that's what Barbu Agency is. I'm really excited. And I just see big things for it, and I'm working really hard, but it's definitely a slow, like super slow journey, but I think it's gonna be really exciting and like be successful in the future. So I know it's not gonna happen overnight. Like, it's gonna take a few years, but I'm definitely willing to like work at it, and I'm really happy that I started it and took that leap and started expanding to kind of like the bigger goal and the bigger picture of what I wanted. As for consultations, this is kind of a big announcement that I'm making. I am phasing out consultations. So after this weekend, when you see this video, you will no longer be able to book my consultations. If it's still up, you can try, but I am actually starting a Patreon account. I'm so excited. So I'm starting a Patreon account, and I'm phasing out consultations. As of now, my consultations cost $100 to $125. That is not cheap. I'm very well aware, and they are a whole hour. I give you the Zoom recording, I give you the outline. So it is a big time commitment as well, because it's 1 hour just for one person. So I can only do a certain amount a week without really spreading myself too thin, because again, I do want to work on the agency. I also have my YouTube channel, I have my podcast, so I can only do a certain amount a week. And it was just breaking up my day in a very strange way. I started feeling very unproductive because I would be in the zone working on something, and then I would have to switch zones, focus on consultations and work on that. And I know that you could time batch, but I'm also not one of those people that likes to talk and talk and talk for like 5 hours at once. So having maybe a whole day for consultations, but then I'm literally talking for like 5 hours, and I just like can't do that. So it was just very hard for me to kind of manage and to put into my day in a way that made sense. I really was trying to figure out a way, especially during this season, of an affordable but yet still equally as helpful tool for you guys, and where I can reach the most amount of people, because I realize with that price point a lot of people will not be able to book my services, and like I completely understand that. So I came up with the idea of Patreon. So I am phasing out my consultations so that it just fits better in my schedule and my day, and I can reach the max amount of people while still being really helpful. Oh my god, I've literally had so much fun doing consultations. I've had 100 clients already, which is just like mind-blowing to me. And that many people want to hire me, and a lot of those clients have been recurring clients. So it's just been really fun, and just like honestly such a cool experience. Like I will always cherish that, and who knows, maybe I'll come back to it one day. But as of now in my schedule, it doesn't make sense. So I am phasing them out. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart if you have ever booked a consultation from me. It just like, it means so much to me, and I promise you those are going away, but like there's still gonna be so many resources for you to be helped with your personal branding, and I'm really excited to announce the Patreon. So what the Patreon is a monthly subscription, and you're gonna have access to my Patreon page where I'm going to be posting Q&As, live streams. I'm going to be doing like an Ask Me Anything series with other industry leaders, so it's not just my voice that you're hearing. I'm also going to be doing really specific monthly tip videos on building your personal brand. So basically my video on YouTube here, how to start a YouTube channel. Think that type of video, but I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty. Like I'm talking about exact software that you need, exactly how I do things, exactly like any specific questions that you guys have. I want to go into detail, and I don't want to hold anything back. I think a lot of times I kind of do a broad overview of things because it's really hard to get really specific without it being like an hour-long video. But now because of the Patreon, I can post that content on there and keep my YouTube channel for my lifestyle, productivity, vlogs, videos like this, Q&As, like finance videos, those types of videos. But like my very in-detail personal branding videos, I'm gonna switch over to my Patreon, so you guys can find them on there, and those will be going out monthly, so at least once a month, but I'm hoping to do more than once a month, but at least once a month. And also with the exclusive Q&As, something that I'm going to be doing is I want you guys to ask like very specific questions, and then that way other people can see it and everyone can see my answer, so that it's helpful to more than just you, and I'm reaching way more people. It's also extremely affordable. So I'm doing 2 tiers only. Eventually I might add a 3rd tier, but right now I'm doing 2 tiers. First tier is going to be $3, and it's going to be Q&A and live stream. You will get the dates at the beginning of every month when to tune into a live Q&A and a live stream, and I want to hear very specific questions. So those are going to be each 1 hour. So I might do one at the beginning and one at the end of the month. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but that is what you will get with the $3 tier. So it's only $3 a month. So cheap. And then the 2nd tier, which obviously I'm going to recommend the 2nd tier because it just has more things, and I think it's like better for your money, but it's going to be $6 a month, and it's going to be a Q&A, the live stream, same as the 1st tier, but then you're also going to get the Ask Me Anything from industry leaders, and also the monthly video tips. So I'm really excited. You guys can actually check that out right now and sign up. You won't be charged until the 1st of the month, and then starting in June I'm going to start like posting stuff on there. So I'm really excited for the Patreon, and I just thought it'd be a really good way to have it be affordable so more people can join but still getting a lot of value. And I'm going to be taking like my previous consultations, going through all of them and seeing what were common themes that people were asking me, and making content on my Patreon, so you guys will be getting, I promise, like just as good of value on there as my Patreon. It just makes more sense and it's more affordable. So I'm really excited for that. And I also want to shout out Katie Bellotti, because she's the one that gave me the idea to start a Patreon, because at first I was like, I don't know what that means, like I don't know how to start a Patreon with what I'm doing, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's literally genius. So if you guys are looking for a Patreon for like designs and graphic design and how to draw on your iPad and stuff like that, I'm going to recommend my friend Katie, because she has one of those already, and that is what inspired me to start my own, because I was thinking of phasing out consultations, but I wasn't sure exactly how to do it in a way that made sense. So this just makes sense, and I'm so excited, you guys. I'm like so freaking excited to start this. So that is the update with like my work I'm like so happy thinking about it, and I'm also like nervous to say it, but I don't know, I'm really excited. And then with like everything else in my life, I'm back in the city. A lot of people were asking how is the city. Very, very happy back here. The weather has been beautiful, and a lot of people have been asking me if I plan on leaving New York and like moving back to North Carolina because of, I mean, everything going on. New York City is the epicenter of the coronavirus, so it is definitely a, like, it's not doing too well right now. But the answer to that is no, I'm not planning on leaving. I love it here. I also just moved here. I haven't even been here for a full year. I'm meant to be here for a while. I'm gonna take everything year by year, but no, I don't plan on leaving. I plan on staying here. I really love it. Like, I love this city so much, and yeah, I could be saving money and living somewhere else, but like, I just think I'm really happy here. There's a lot of opportunity for me here, and I always enjoyed it. Like, I never came here for work. I came here because I personally just love it here, so I'm still planning on staying. I think things will get better in the future. Obviously, things are already looking up, but I know that who knows when this thing will end, and I'm tired of predicting when we'll go back to a normal society, so just taking it day by day, but I'm trying to make the most of it while I'm here, and I will definitely not be leaving anytime soon. I hope that this answered any questions that you guys have had, or just giving you clarity on what I've been up to. I'm really excited for my Patreon, and you guys can already sign up if you guys want. I'll have the link down below for you guys, and then you won't get charged until the 1st of every single month. But yeah, I'm so happy to finally just sit down and talk to you because I haven't talked to you in so long. I had my coffee here so I could like sip on it and like we could be like chatting like at a coffee shop, you know, back when those were legal. But yeah, I'd love to know how you guys are doing. Please, I'm being serious. I really do want to know how you guys are doing. Let me know your thoughts on everything. I'd love any feedback. I'd love any things that you guys are maybe looking for, like maybe if you guys have subscribed to other people on Patreon, what they do that you would like me to do. Anything like that. I'm always open. Like, the thing I like about Patreon is that it can always, like, you can always add more things or expand or like tweak little things, so I'm really excited to start that and to hear what you guys have to say. What comes out today is not going to be the thing that's going to be out in 1 year. Like, I'm always looking to improve and to tweak things, but I'm really excited for the future, and I am making the best of the situation. So comment down below any of your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in my next video.